The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Jiggy Chen stepped to the podium, her black uniform crisp against the iridescent backdrop of 1,000 alien delegates. She carried no notes, no data pad, just the weight of humanity's collective rage burning in her dark eyes. "You laugh at us," she began, her voice cutting through the translation matrices like a blade. "You mock our water world, our fragile biology, our short lifespans. Today, you made a grave miscalculation." 6 hours earlier, the Vrex representative had stood in that same spot, his crystalline mandibles clicking with amusement as he proposed the Earth Preservation Act, a treaty that would designate humanity as a protected primitive species, stripping them of voting rights and confining them to their solar system for their own safety. The chamber had erupted in what the translation software rendered as laughter. Alex Morrison watched the feed from Earth's orbital command station, his jaw clenched so tight his teeth ached. As commander of humanity's deep space fleet, he'd spent 15 years playing by the Council's rules, swallowing insults, enduring condescension. The Vrex delegate's speech had been the final straw. "They actually think we're helpless," he muttered to his second-in-command, Lieutenant Kira Okonkwo. "Sir, Ambassador Chen is about to respond," Kira said, pulling up the live feed. Back in the council chamber, Jiggy's fingers danced across her wrist interface. Holographic documents materialized above the assembly, hundreds of them, spreading like a digital plague across every delegate's vision. "The Treaty of Cosmic Non-Interference, Article 7, Jiggy said. "Earth agrees not to militarize beyond its asteroid belt. We're withdrawing our signature." The document flickered and vanished. A murmur rippled through the chamber. "The Andromeda Commerce Accord, which gives Council species preferential trade access to our markets, withdrawn." Another document disappeared. "The Shared Technology Initiative, where we provided quantum computing breakthroughs in exchange for navigation rights, withdrawn." The murmurs became shouts. The Selkari ambassador, her blue skin flushing purple with indignation, activated her translator. "You cannot simply." The Luna mining agreement, the Mars terraforming partnership, the diplomatic immunity charter. Jiggy's voice rose with each cancellation. The medical exchange program, the Cultural Heritage Preservation Pact, the Joint Scientific Endeavor Treaty. Documents vanished in cascading waves. 247 treaties, dissolving in real time. "Ambassador Chen, this is unprecedented." The council chairman, a towering Drell with 4 eyes, slammed his gavel equivalent. "You'll make Earth a pariah state." Jiggy smiled, and it was not a kind expression. "Oh, I'm not finished. Alex, if you'd be so kind." Across the galaxy, Alex Morrison pressed a single button. Every human-built relay station went dark. Every mixed-species colony lost its human engineers simultaneously as they began emergency evacuations. Every human doctor, teacher, technician, and trader in council space received the same message. Operation Exodus. Return home immediately. The council chamber descended into chaos. "What have you done?" the Vrex delegate hissed. "Let me explain something about humans," Jiggy said, her calm more terrifying than any scream. "For centuries, you've used our technology while treating us like amusing pets. Your faster-than-light drives, based on human quantum field theory, your medical nanites, human biotechnology, your communication networks, built on infrastructure maintained by human engineers." She pulled up a new hologram, a star map of council space. Red dots appeared across it like a virus spreading. 40% of your critical infrastructure depends on human innovation and maintenance. Your ships use our metallurgical techniques. Your food production relies on our agricultural methods. Your energy grids incorporate our fusion designs. And now, all of that knowledge, all of that support, all of those quiet little humans making your empire function. She snapped her fingers. Gone. The Selkari ambassador's 3-fingered hands trembled. "You're condemning billions to..." To what? Learning to fix their own problems. Jiggy's eyes were chips of obsidian. You had centuries to treat us as equals. You chose mockery instead. Now you'll learn what Earth was actually worth. Alex watched as human colony ships began their coordinated withdrawal, a reverse exodus of unprecedented scale. 3 million humans, evacuating 100 worlds simultaneously. It was beautiful and terrifying, the largest coordinated human operation in history. "Sir, we're receiving threats from a dozen Council fleets," Kira reported. "Let them come," Alex said. "Activate Protocol Nightfall." Across the frontier, defensive platforms humanity had helpfully installed on Council worlds came online, not as weapons, but as shields. Impenetrable barriers appeared around human evacuation zones, buying time for the civilian transports. The Council chairman's face equivalent had gone pale. "You're committing economic warfare." "We're committing nothing," Jiggy countered. "We're simply leaving. You wanted us preserved in our solar system. Congratulations, you're getting your wish, but you don't get to keep our gifts while you cage us." A younger delegate, a Kryn whose species had always been friendlier to humanity, stood shakily. "Ambassador Chen, please, there must be a way to negotiate." Jiggy's expression softened slightly. It was called respect, it was called partnership. Your senior delegates chose ridicule instead. The Vrex delegate who had started this catastrophe finally found his voice. "You're acting like children having a tantrum." Jiggy laughed, a sound devoid of humor. "No, children throw tantrums and break their own toys. We're adults, ending a relationship that was never equitable. There's a difference." She began walking toward the exit, her boots echoing in the stunned silence. "Wait," the Council chairman scrambled from his seat. "If you leave now, Earth will face sanctions, blockades." Jiggy paused at the doorway. "Try it. You'll find our primitive military quite educational. Ask yourself why we accepted restrictions on our fleet size so easily. Then ask yourself if you really know how many ships we have." It was a bluff, but a good one. Alex smiled as he watched panic spread across alien faces. "Before you threaten us," Jiggy continued, "remember this. Humans are not the strongest species or the fastest or the longest lived, but we are the most stubborn. We're the ones who turned a death world into a paradise. We're the ones who went from splitting atoms to crossing galaxies in 3 centuries. And we're the ones who just walked away from an empire that needed us more than we ever needed it." She stepped through the doorway, then paused once more. "The treaties are ended. The partnerships are dissolved. Earth is withdrawing from the Council, effective immediately. When you're ready to meet us as equals, not pets, not primitives, not a species to be managed, you know where to find us. We'll be the ones thriving in our little solar system, building our own future." "You'll regret this," the Vrex delegate shouted. Jiggy's final words echoed through the chamber. "No, you will." The feed cut out. Alex stood on the command deck, watching the last transport jump to lightspeed. Around him, his officers worked in focused silence, coordinating the greatest withdrawal in galactic history. "All personnel accounted for, sir," Kira reported. "We're going home." "Not quite," Alex said, pulling up a tactical display. "We're going to show them what humanity really is. Prepare the construction fleets. If they want Earth confined to its solar system, we'll make it the most fortified, advanced, productive solar system in the galaxy. In 10 years, they'll be begging to trade with us on our terms." Kira grinned. "Welcome to Earth's new age, sir." "Indeed," Alex agreed. "They ridiculed us at the Council. They'll respect us in the stars." Behind them, the void of space held infinite possibilities, and humanity, unbowed and unchained, rushed forward to claim them all.